Okay, my name is Bob McLaughlin, and I've been coming to Science Fit for about a year and a half now. A good friend of mine had come here and had tremendous results, and when she said that she went to exercise 30 minutes a week and got the benefit of 4 hours of exercise in the gym, I found it hard to believe. So I went out on the internet and researched it, and then I bought a book called Body by Science, and I read that and made an appointment to come in. At that point, I hadn't really exercised for, I would say, a good 3 years. I was weighed about 220 and finding it hard to get out of chairs. I'm 68 years old, and knew that I was having a natural deterioration, if you would say, in my physical condition. And so coming here a little bit skeptical, I started, and within 3 weeks, I had an absolute dramatic change in one of my physical conditions. I had the cartilage removed in my left knee approximately 40 years ago. I had 2 operations for the lateral and medial cartilage, and had to quit doing anything except walking when I was about 45 years old. I played racquetball up until then. And so, but I could walk and I was doing just fine. However, in the previous 2 years before I came here, I started experiencing kind of excruciating pain in my left knee, the one with no cartilage. It was just totally bone on bone. I was okay during the day, but when I'd go home at night, I would be sitting in my recliner watching TV and with my legs stretched out, and when I would then have to bring my knee back in, it was literally excruciating. So within 3 weeks of doing this, 30 minutes once a week, the pain started to go away in my left knee. And I was just like, what the heck's going on here? And so within 6 weeks, it was totally gone. I was starting to lose weight. Of course, I did change my diet. I went on a low-carb diet at the same time I started this. And literally within a 10, 12-week period of time, I'd lost 15 pounds. I was below 200. And little things like getting in and out of my car, getting in and out of a chair, walking up and down stairs, where all of a sudden it's like I'm friggin' 45 years old again. You know, I mean, I had the feel of a 45-year-old body instead of a 68-year-old body. So I became a real believer, and I started telling all my friends about it. And I could go into several people that I recommend that come here. Now, I'm kind of an early adopter on things. I get enthused about things. I go ahead and I do it, and I tell friends about it, and very rarely do they take me up on my suggestion, much less it's like if you give them a good book. You know, most of them don't read it, but the ones that do, you never hear back from them again. But I had person after person after person tell me their own personal story on how their life had changed using this Science Fit method. The one story I want to share of those is about my son. And I won't go into all the details, but let's just say he had lived a very rough life for his first 37 years. And so over the last 7 years, he started to get his life back together again. There is life after 37. And he had pulled himself up by his bootstraps. He'd gotten into construction, and he was a carpenter in construction, worked very hard hours, very low wage. Quite frankly, he was 41 when he started, 42 when he started. He's now 43. And he looked like he was 40 pounds overweight, bad back, bad shoulder. He looked like he was 50. Dark circles under his eyes, just totally spent. And so I said, I'm going to do something for you, son. I'm going to send you to this science fit. I'm going to pay for that for you. Well, today you wouldn't recognize him if you had him in front of this camera a year ago and today. He was 40 pounds overweight a year ago. Look, at 42, looked like he's 50. Today, he looks like he's 35. He's lost 45 pounds. The most physically fit individual you've ever seen. His self-confidence is just out the roof. He claims this has had a mental effect on him also. He had suffered from depression in his life, and he has no depression. He's now a junior at his age in civil engineering at OU and making straight A's. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.